Welcome to the Village Verdict. Let's hop right in. I, 29 female, am currently 35 weeks pregnant with my husband, 39 male, and I's first baby. Currently, none of our family lives near us. The closest is my dad, who is 90 minutes away by car, and his parents are 3.5 hours away by car. When our son is born, of course, I would love for our families to come visit and meet their grandson. But I don't want anyone staying at our house for multiple days, especially his family. I'm a very neat and tidy person, and they are not. When they are at our house, they treat it very poorly. They leave food, trash, and water glasses everywhere. They don't pick up after themselves, and they're very loud and demanding. His mother, 60-year-old female, has to drink every night until she passes out somewhere, and then someone has to carry her to bed. His father, 62 male, has said many comments that I find very off-putting and offensive. Things like commenting on my body, my bosoms, making jokes about sexual content regarding her and her husband. Not only does he make those comments in front of me and the family, but other people as well. We were on a family vacation, and he made a very loud comment about my husband, again, sexual context. Also, when we are at their house, he has accidentally walked in on me changing multiple times. Because of these things, I don't feel comfortable having them in my house while I'm healing from delivering a baby. I also plan to breastfeed and will not feel comfortable doing so with my father-in-law around because of the things stated above. My husband says that family should be able to stay with us because they are family, but I am holding my ground on this. His family is very wealthy and travel constantly, so money is not an issue. So I don't see why they can't stay at a hotel for a few days while visiting their grandson. My dad is totally fine with not staying with us, and he is not the issue here, just the in-laws. So let's talk about it. I want to make sure that we're approaching each of these scenarios as they apply to our mind, our body, and our spirits. And so one of the very first things, let's talk about the mental aspect of having in-laws in your home that literally do not respect your space, that are very offensive. This is something that could actually increase a maternal mental outcome for this particular mother. If you have people around you that don't respect your boundaries, you have people around you that are lewd and crude and they really make you physically uncomfortable, these are all things that are extremely unhealthy for your mindset. Then we want to talk about mentally, that's obviously a no, but then physically, some of these comments and scenarios that the posting person made about their father-in-law, they were pretty crass, and they were specifically about her body. And so when you are just giving birth to a baby, you're already self-conscious about what the changes are that are going on with your body. You're already just in the moment. Like, if the baby needs to eat, the baby needs to eat. You're not concerned about who's seeing what, your breasts are out perhaps. Some people are topless during that time. It's just really a time of survival. And so if you have someone that you feel uncomfortable with, that you think is actually looking at you in a sexual way or makes you uncomfortable in any other physical way, that is also a red flag. These are not people that you need to have in your personal space immediately after giving birth to your child. But then let's talk about the spiritual implications of this. There was a couple of things here that I actually didn't share the details of because it's pretty crass and lewd. But when you have someone in your space that's demeaning, that is lewd, that is crude, or even disrespectful and demanding, right? Even when speaking about the mother-in-law, passing out and making other people carry you to the next location, that is extremely inconsiderate. And all of these things can be very draining on the spirit. And so as new parents, and I want to speak as well, because it sounds like this is not something that her spouse is understanding, like, oh, what's the problem? This is a huge issue, right? This could be something that could actually make or break their marriage in the future. not so much the in-laws not staying at their home, but allowing them to come in and cross those boundaries and disrespect the wife right after giving birth, or really at any time. And so when we're looking at this scenario, number one, again, we always want to think about how our actions are impacting someone's mental state. Number two, we need to always be in consideration of each other's physical boundaries. It's super important that the husband consider that, yes, the mental strain, the physical discomfort, and the draining of his parents visiting is something that could affect physiological outcomes for his wife and the baby. If she's extremely stressed, nervous, just overall drained, perhaps her milk supply could drain. And if breastfeeding is something that is super important to her, we want to make sure that all the conditions are as highest and best as possible, right? Every situation is not going to be perfect, but we do want to make sure that the situation and the conditions surrounding the situation are as best as possible to be in support of those outcomes. And spirit, lastly, honestly, it's just annoying to be around folks. You know, postpartum is one of those times where you really think about who it is that you're dealing with. There might be things that you've tolerated while you're pregnant or even before you got pregnant that you literally cannot even fathom dealing with once the baby gets here. That is totally normal, and that is absolutely your right. And so in this situation, thinking about, you know, is this person wrong for not wanting their family to stay? I would say absolutely not. My verdict is no. There's nothing wrong for you asking your family, who is more than capable of affording a different place to stay somewhere else and visit within the time frames that work for you and your husband. And so again, in this case, boundaries, right? Boundaries for your sanity, boundaries for your physical comfort, and boundaries for your spirit, so that you can stay as full as possible as you embark on this new journey with your newborn son and your husband. So what say you? Has anyone out there had experiences like this? How did you navigate it? What were some of the boundaries that you put in place for visitors, specifically in-laws, parents, in-laws, siblings? Drop in the comments below. I'd love to know. Talk soon.